my dad decided we were going to put on an afternoon cash days, I was pretty worried. I needed a flashlight you could see during the day, we needed redundancies in cameras, I needed to make an event flyer for participants, I needed to figure out how many participants we could possibly get. Generally, if we're going to have our name attached with something, I want it to be exceptional. And racing, filming, and hosting an event was kind of giving me anxiety. But we ended up coming up with a pretty good plan, and I had a lot of friends to help out that I could not have done it without. And the day of the event, we had 13 cars show up and buy in from Cleveland, Akron, Youngstown, and Pittsburgh. It was a run with your Brung, $100 buy-in, $500 guaranteed for runner-up. And it could not have been a better group of guys that showed up.
All right, thank you everybody for coming. This is the first one we've done like this at this location. Tried to think of every possible contingency, but there might be fuck-ups, just bear with us. 8th mile, flashlight start, Alex Crawford, he's got the flashlight. He'll make sure I got lights that I could see during the day, but he'll make sure that you guys can see them before we go, so we don't have any issues like that. Water burnout, there's an 8th mile marked off, but I've got my silver van parked down there. If you go past the van, like the van is pretty much there at the finish line. So if you're past the van, you're past the 8th. We've got 13 cars right now, so there will be a buy. The buy will run first of the round. We're doing the chip draw I've got numbers on all the chip that correspond with you. We'll shake up the box. Patterson will pull the chips one at a time. That's how the pairings will go. So first chip drawn is going to be right lane of first round. Second chip will be left lane, so on and so forth. That we don't have to worry about everybody running up here and drawing chips and that whole drama thing. And we'll do that when the last pair of the round goes down. We'll start drawing for the second round. So you don't have to be up here. We'll have it on a board up here. You can come up, see who you're matched up with. I got descriptions of cars also, so that way you can kind of see, kind of have a feel for if you're 4th round and you're against the orange Camaro, you know that that's who you're racing. It's a no jump, no cross type of a deal. I'm glad that we don't have 500,000 spectators here, but if you're going to be past the starting line, be on the sidewalks. Don't be in the road. It's a street race, and the road is clearly not prepped. So it's been blown off, it's been swept. That's as far as it's gone.
Burnout or two?
One burnout, but must produce smoke. So if you try it and it doesn't smoke, you get another chance. That way nobody has to worry about, they had a bad burnout and that's their burnout. So, any other questions?
Yeah.
Chase the race?
No, that's bullshit.
No, we're not going to do chase. It's like everybody that's here, I kind of sort of at least know where we've talked. Try to have a pretty cool group of people. So I'm hoping we don't get into a whole bunch of technicality, screaming, looking at footage nonsense. Let's be realistic, So, the right lane, there's a water cover that's broken. So whenever you got somebody lining you up for your burnout or point, you don't want to be on top of that. I mean, I don't give a shit if you start your burnout way down here. It's your program. Run it how you want that. He's not. He's going to hear you. If you're not spooled up, he's not going to flash the light.
I mean, you're just going to point and then,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to walk backwards or anything. I'm just going to stay in the same spot. That way.
Would it be better if I bumped in so that you knew or not? I mean, I could do both either way.
just spool up. Spool up. I brought prep unknowingly.
Okay, that's fine. Speaking of prep, Chris, thank you for being here. He put another $100 on top of the pot, and he's got a gift certificate for $100 to Cometic Gaskets.
Thank you, Chris.
So thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. All right, I think we're ready to draw. All right, Patterson.
Get over there.
One at a time. Hand them to me, all right? Don't look at it. Just pull it.
How's your drinks? Good.
Yep. All right. First round, right lane is dead. First round, left lane, Sean.
Ooh.
That means that Bob has the bye.
Bobby got the bye.
All right, Bob. You're up first.
Yeah, he wants to go around it. The light never came on. They both had a good jump.
Now I really thought I saw the light, but clearly I didn't. But it didn't matter because for some reason my fuel pump decided to spike to 24 psi, which is not good for a carburetor. I left this thing a quarter-mile down the road and walked back. My team was fighting for me, but honestly I was glad to not have to race anymore.
Hey, we're gonna rerun that one.
Oh, he jumped.
The light never came
I
on.
know, but he jumped.
I mean,
And then he jumped because I left because he left.
well, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and argue. The light never came on for either one of you.
So we both jumped, but worse is first.
Yeah, so you
So
both jumped,
worse is
so then you
worse.
lost.
No, worse is first. We said driver's meeting. Did we say worse is first?
I'm not gonna argue. I'm
It's
just
in
offering
the
a
driver's
rerun.
meeting. It says driver's meeting.
I
First
said
is
we're gonna
worse.
rerun it. You got a problem? Like, we fucked up. We fucked up.
First is worse. He jumped. Don't matter if came on. He jumped.
Crossing fast, the light never came on. They both went. But their left lane's claiming that he won because he said the light never came on.
In a situation like that, if it
I said rerun.
well,
Here's the thing,
in the
though.
driver's meeting, if
Don't
there's
count
ever,
when it's
because I've had this happen.
Right.
To me.
If there's any sort of malfunction, they should say no matter what that fare is.
What happened to the pair what?
The light never came on.
Bro, holy
With the last pair, what do you do in that situation? Rerun. Oh, rerun.
Louis!
That's what I said.
Louis!
Yeah,
Is that it?
For that conversation.
Yeah, that was the last pair.
Now, about this time, I finally got back to the starting line, and everyone filled me in on the conversations. And I said I didn't care, I couldn't make the call anyways. Give him the win, I wasn't worried about it at all.
I'm not worried about it. I can't make a second hit. What's the point? Let him. I got other shit to worry about now. I'm not going to try to fix my man. I'm fine with it.
Exactly. And the thing is it didn't affect the outcome of the race, and that's where I have a problem, because he had the faster car. And it's not like he swerved into this guy and he had to let off a bit. But the rule was a cross, and they called it a cross, and that's it, you know? You gotta go with the rules. Yeah.
It was pretty cool that we were able to pull this off so far, with minimal drama, no downtime, and some great racing. The vibe was fantastic. It was people that were genuinely excited to be there to race. They weren't there to argue. They weren't there for the money. It was just a good time.
Yep.
What lane?
All right.
What lane?
Oh,
Right
so
lane?
Now from where I was standing, it looked like Bob was in the center of the road, and I figured it was a pretty clear call that this was a cross.
All right, we're gonna have to check the video.
Gotta check the video.
We're gonna check the video. It looked like left lane may have crossed.
Left lane.
But once we walked it, it was a very, very tough call. You could clearly see his tire mark on the crack in the center of the road, but there was no way to really determine if it went over. Ultimately, we had $1,300 in the pot, plus the $500 guaranteed, plus the $100 from Chris Lane. The guys agreed to split everything, run it back, and the winner got the Cometic gift card. They were more interested in racing for the bragging rights, which is how it should be anyways.
Alright, my man. I got $9.50 for you. Get a gift card.
Oh, beautiful. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for being a good sport about everything.
Hey, anytime. We try to be fair.
It's a good time.
Thanks, guys.
Alright. And now you know. Come out and play with us more.
Right.
Right. You were worried.
I was. I was worried. I mean, I know it'll be down the road.
Sure.
It's just a matter of what road.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah. That's very cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
My whole crew and everyone that came out to help make it such a great event. And Billy, who brought his camera. Check out North Coast Grudge on Facebook. He's got the whole album of our Cleveland Cash Days, plus sometimes he comes out and tests with us. He's a great guy that's been tied into the history of Cleveland street racing for a long time, and we're lucky to have him.